networking affects our society greatly. As most of you know, when I was a freshman, I didn't go to this school, so you're not going to be familiar with the student that I'm talking about. When I was a freshman, I went to 4th period health and nutrition every day with my friend Haley, my other friend Savannah, and my other friend Madison. Madison is a beautiful person. She played volleyball, and at the time she was a senior. She was senior class president. She was voted best dressed, and she also suffered from severe anorexia and bulimia. Her family was aware of her situation to an extent, but it continued to worsen, and it became very apparent on a March day in class. We were all asked to make breakfast because we made meals at random times, and Madison normally did not get breakfast or get any of the food that we got with us. So one day we were making breakfast, and she got food, and we were all kind of concerned. We were like, that's a little weird. And we sat down, and we began to eat, and she got up and got seconds, which was even more rare. So she excused herself soon, and we informed our teacher that we were a little concerned and we didn't know what was going on. Madison was found in the restroom vomiting up her food on the cold bathroom floor. Soon, she was sent to a facility in St. Louis, and she got the help that she needed. But during this time, she missed both her senior prom and her graduation. Her reasoning at a later date for this disease was found to be that it was her desire to fit in and the pressure that she felt from social networking and her peers to be that perfect person. Social networking is used negatively, therefore we view it negatively, and it's our responsibility to use it positively. In concurrence with this, social networking is used discordantly. Although it has many positives, many people use it incorrectly, therefore we are promoting the downside rather than the upsides of social networking. There are many reasons why it's a common belief that social networking is only a positive thing. It does have its positives, but it also has its negatives, just as any conflicting argument would have. And we are inclined to ignore the negatives because we use social networking constantly. So we want to believe that we shouldn't have to put that out of our lives and that's a positive thing. So it's a common belief that because we can spread news quicker, that it's a good thing. So we have news channels and blogs and websites, and they all give us information quick. And we could have an event that happens one day, and the next day we have all of the information on it. So we also accept this as solely truthful information, and we accept it completely. And we also have information that's readily available. So it's a common occurrence for us to believe that because this information is readily available, social networking is positive in this aspect. And it's not a problem because we all stay updated, correct? People say that social networking isn't replacing face-to-face communication. It's a recurring argument that because we have social networking, we're gaining friendships and we are gaining connections in this sense. And views are swayed on the subject because we overlook the negatives and attempt to satisfy our doubts that we have about social networking. So social networking is negative just as much as it's positive, if not more than that. We have bullying and drama and harassment that all go on social networking. And we have the desire to fit in. So if we see other people degrading, like our peers, we're going to feed into that and we're going to do that as well. And just because this information is quicker doesn't necessarily mean that's true. So the media could give us only one side of the story and only their opinion, which makes it negative and creates a negative environment. We're all very connected because of social networking, and that means we're in everybody's business and we're in everybody's drama, and that creates even a more negative concept for social networking. The readily available information aspect of this, so because we are students right now and we're trying to learn, it's more of a habit for us to not want to memorize and not want to learn the information, because why would we when we can just Google it? This also affects our communication abilities because we're behind a screen often. So when we go for a job interview or we have to give a speech in front of our class, we're not as prepared as past generations may have been. Social networking is not just fun and games. It affects everyone. It's constantly affecting us and it will continue to affect us in the future. It's not going to go away anytime soon. And I'm not saying that we should cut this out of our lives at all because that's not going to happen and that's not a reality, not something that's going to be able to happen in reality. So I'm asking you to come to terms with the fact that we use social networking negatively and take the next step and use it positively. We need to take this misconception into our own hands. Your children will be affected by social networking, your grandchildren will be affected by social networking, and you are currently affected by social networking. Be the light in the darkness, be the positive in the sea of negativeness. Be the person who uses social networking correctly. counseling every week, and she's a lot better. So.
Do you think a lot of cases of like anorexia and stuff like that is caused from social media?
Yeah, I believe so, because like we have that pressure to be that perfect person, and we have so much like bullying and everything that goes on. I think that that's a big reason.
So you said your friend, was she bullied on social networking, or was it just the fact that she saw those pictures?
Yeah,
and okay.
It's just the fact that she wasn't bullied. Yeah.
Who do you think is most affected by social media?
I think it's our generation now, because like past generations, I mean, it affects them a little bit because they have to adapt to it, but I don't think it's as much as it affects us.
Do you think that our children and our grandchildren will have the same problems that we do now, or do you think they'll be more intense?
I mean, I hope that it doesn't get any worse, but I have a feeling it probably will.
All right.